I keep meaning to change that countdown timer, but I gotta say, I'm kind of jazzed by the music. Just kind of
Yeah.
bop along
Yeah.
to it.
I
So
think you've
I've been a little
mentioned that
hesitant.
last
Yeah,
time as well. Yeah.
it's just fun, just fun. Well, here we are, another Sunday, and some familiar faces on the screen tonight, and we are back playing some Shadowrun, actually using a Shadowrun system this time, the second edition of dear old Shadowrun. So, which is it fits because we are playing in the 2050s, which is where second edition's kind of set 2054, 2055. Um, Tonight we have Jeff. Who are you playing, Jeff?
I'm playing Gantu Praboa, who is a dwarven street samurai of some renown. He has a very big fist that he likes to punch people with, and a leg made out of chrome as well, within which is a shotgun that he rarely uses because punching's too much fun. And when punching doesn't work, he also just likes to talk to people, show them his winning smile, and maybe get a few business leads and such in place.
I'm going to
Such as
say Gantu is well known, but oddly, he's not well known as a street sam. He's well
Yep.
known as a businessman, proprietor of a string of rockin' bull businesses, and
carefully curated his outer personality.
and a string of crime scene cleanup businesses as well.
That
I
is
think.
true. Yeah. Steve Squeaky Cleaners, Stefan Speedy Cleaners. Yep. Absolutely.
There we go. Chuck,
Oh,
who are you
that's me.
playing?
I'm playing Ivan, our track-suited spellcaster. I've got the fireball and other spells I can put out there if I want to. And I'm going to light fires. And I have my dog Scout, the only Scout. We made sure of that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Ivan is well known for causing fire, so that's on point. On point.
Good branding.
Jake, who you got?
I will be playing Kaylee, an elf who's been stricken with ghoulism and so spends much of her time diddling around in the Matrix. But sometimes she also masquerades as a digital rocker girl called K Lava and the Tectonics. Of course, some blackmailed music executives are doing most of the heavy lifting for that. And so much for that as my latest album is in the bargain bin.
Yeah. Marked down twice at the Stuffer Shack. I mean, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I mean, you're in there with the Billy Joel compilations.
Oh, someone shoot Scout again.
It's a sad thing. So we will have another player joining us perhaps tonight, but likely not to round out our crew. But tonight, this is what we're going with. Last time we left on, we'll call it a cliffhanger, not any immediate danger, as a very polite elf from the tier had a small conversation with you, stating that they don't wish you any particular harm, and they're not looking at any justification to cause you harm. They just need a simple question answered from you, which unfortunately you can't answer, as there's a gap in your memories caused by a drug called lace, commonly used in the tier for interrogations, the nasty side effect of causing memory loss. And I believe we ended last session with you in conversation with this elf. So we'll just pick up there. You guys had rented a hotel room as you're back into Seattle. You're not exactly sure why you're back in Seattle. You're starting to pick up some pieces. Apparently you're on a run. Morlock had something to do with it. This man named Bono, who's in the room with you right now, Beaumont Noble, full name, goes by Bono, was kind of the intermediary. Yeah. So what have you pieced together? What do you know?
Well, I know we had a series. So we started out, I know we were getting attacked by Bargas. We were way out in the game reserve. We hiked our way back. We started having these little memory flashes. So Ivan had memory of like a woman giving a speech, which we think was this politician. I know that I had a memory of like some huge meal with a short man and like I think a lockbox, something like that, was whispering to me. Kaylee got a message, I can't remember how, to meet at the 93, and that's how we got in touch with, I think, with Bono.
Mhm.
That's right.
When you guys got out, you guys woke up right outside of the boundaries of the tier. So just at
Mhm.
the far ends of where Seattle starts, way out in the boonies. So you had to hitch a ride back in.
Mhm.
When you got to civilization, Kaylee was able to essentially check your voicemails. We'll just call it that. And this man Bono had been trying to get a hold of you, thinking that you have ripped him off, and the people that he's kind of middleman for are out to kill him, which include a sniper.
Mhm.
Right,
There's
right, which we
also
took care of.
we took care of that, and I think was Nicholas Grace paid Bono to hire folks to steal an art object, and we were
Mhm.
supposed to steal that from a dealer. And I think that was like on Elfland, right? That was like the
Right,
tier.
that was in the
right
tier.
there?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And we're also we woke up wearing
Very
wearing like
formal gear,
in
and
like the
yeah,
symbol of the illuminance of the new dawn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a political organization heavily into thaumaturgical magecraft and building a new society based on equality through that. Big supporter of Rosalind Hernandez, one of the presidential hopefuls, who you believe was the woman that the flashback memory of the woman giving a speech was. Yeah. And again, that flashback wasn't you being present, but you seeing it on like a vid screen, Tridio display, something like that. All right. Anything else you remember?
I think that's the entirety of what I had that hadn't already been
Yeah.
covered.
We had just gotten
Flashbacks.
messages on our pans regarding something called Silverblade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Silverblade
Is that
is
the
the
guy
elf
in our
you're
hotel?
speaking to.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the elf you're speaking to.
And he just wants to know what the
Who
key
paid?
was for,
Yeah.
or who paid.
Well, no, he wanted to know who
who-
paid to get it.
Yeah. And why did they want, like,
Mhm.
who hired us and why do they want, the key or whatever?
Yeah. The why is secondary. It's not necessarily expecting you to know because the paid help isn't often told why. Just do. So the big question he wants is who. Who
I
hired
mean, we could give up our Johnson, but that doesn't feel right. Yeah.
you? Yeah. Up to you guys. The other thing is the assassin that tried to put a bullet into Bono. Potentially you guys as well. When Gantu took care of the person, they had the headdress and uniform of an Azzy. You don't know if that means Azzy knows you're back in town because they still have a score to settle with you, or it just happened to be an Azzy hired assassin. Don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, that's all I think. I mean, I know like our big lead is to probably go after Nicholas Grace and figure out what this art object is, maybe. I don't know. Or go out to the tier and figure out what that was. Not sure. But the immediate issue, he's in the room with us.
Yep. He's still in the room until you've accepted this. Again, he's here peacefully. He doesn't seem to be armed. Although his aura alone, Ivan, and definitely Kaylee, who's always perceptive of these things, he's a very powerful mage. But he hasn't walked in here with a gun or anything obvious about him. He's like, yeah. He's taken it at face value that you've lost your memories. Completely expected it with you being dosed with lace, but he said, it will return. 24 hours. We'll give you 24 hours to find out who the actual person who made the contract was. Well, we won't do a thing for 24 hours. If you want to ask him any other questions or otherwise before he takes off, but that is his position.
Were your people the people who kicked the crap out of us and drugged us with lace?
No. I obviously would know that you have lost your memories if we were the ones to have done that.
Ah, yes, yes. Well, that's about all I have.
One point of clarification: did we cover like what we took with him, or is that only something we talked about Bono with? I don't remember.
I don't think you guys have really told him much of anything other than
No.
you lost your memories and yeah.
Okay. So presuming he is in the know in terms of like what we took and why we took it, I guess Gantu, and since he also knows that we lost our memories, I mean Gantu would see if he'd be willing to clarify what is it we actually took and why is it so important.
The key, it's an artifact. Honestly, I don't know why it's important. This is why secondarily we would like to know why the benefactor of your mission was interested in it. And it wasn't necessarily stolen. We
Like,
believe you procured it from an art dealer in the tier by the name of Birch Kirby, who is
Okay.
unfortunately deceased now. He was tortured, not by my people. What the problem is the
really
key
our
should
thing.
never have left the tier. It is an artifact of our heritage. It is an ancestral relic, and it should never have left the tier.
Of course, yeah, I get that. What was the name of that dealer again?
Birch Kirby.
Birch
It
Kirby,
brings no bells, not ringing any bells at all.
Yeah, and he was found tortured and all that.
Very deceased. It was
Right.
obvious that he was tortured. The news reported it as a mugging, I believe.
Any details about the nature of that torture? I mean, we have certain things that we do, so.
Oh, well, drug interrogation. Are you well known for using various chemical interrogation methods?
Not on other people.
No, I
Well,
keep
he
my
nods.
drug games to myself.
He went through a very rigorous torture session using various pharmaceuticals to extract things from his memory. Traces on his aura also show that they were likely used to weaken his will so that a mage could rummage through his memories. Is this your MO?
No. No, I don't think that sounds... He wasn't burned or anything, right? And he wasn't like smashed with something heavy or...
Minor superficial bruising. The drugs, we believe, are what actually killed him. His heart gave out.
Yeah, that's not really us. But, I mean, if he got messed around with some drugs and we got messed around with some drugs, I mean...
And also beaten.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's right. I got a few bruises and such.
My companions are taking a hand-off policy now. Again, we'll give you 24 hours before we have to do what we have to do. Mind you, that's not a threat. It is simply giving you a timetable of events.
Okay. Well, thank you for being so upfront with us. We will get right on this. Guaranteed. We will have some answers for you soon. You can count on it.
He had already sent all the contact information to all your pans and just an information burst, so you've got his call information. He'll nod and he will back out the room. He doesn't turn his back to any of you. He'll leave your little apartment.
Okay. Close the door.
Closes the door. And you hear his boots trotting over the really crappy hallway of this rundown hotel that you have got the ground in.
So now what?
Well, we could try to look into Nicholas Grace. We could try to look into if we can try to somehow get some more information on Birch Kirby, figure out who it was that tortured him, maybe. I mean, those seem like possible leads. I don't know how we get that information, though, if the cops already kind of clean that stuff up.
Cops only do so good a job. And also, maybe we can get that information from cops as well.
Yeah.
If
Let's
they
go with
gave
the
a false
torture
lead
one.
for that, then they were probably paid to give that false information to the public.
Well, I vote torture one because torture is always fun.
Well, if we're going to torture someone, then Nicholas Grace might be safer than Lone Star.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, wait. Hey, where's Bono? Where'd he go?
He's been hiding in the bathroom during this whole thing.
Hey, Bono,
Here
come
comes
on
out.
out, man. You're fine. We didn't give you up.
Yeah, I was listening the whole time. Appreciate that. Hey, look, I am almost certain that the person that hired me to hire you roundabout isn't the person that's inevitably going to take possession of the key.
Right.
But he should know who would. Yes.
Likely. I'm also fairly sure they're trying to kill me now, thinking that well, I missed the delivery because you guys didn't show up. It was supposed to be made yesterday. I'm pretty sure they're responsible for what happened at the club. And
Mhm.
well, I don't think I can show this face anywhere on the streets right now until we get this sorted.
It's true.
I've been trying to message my contact to just let him know that there was a miscommunication, that we have the item, but I have not heard. Oh, there's a ping, and he checks down and looks at his pan. It's like, oh, okay, all right. Big breath. And it looks like he's willing to accept that we're a little late in returning the item. He is suggesting a very public place for the meet and handoff. And he has graciously agreed to pay the balance on our fee.
It sounds very sketchy.
Yeah. Like, but that sounds a little too good to be true.
It does. And we know the public place means nothing. I mean, they tried to snipe your brains out with a police presence outside of a busy nightclub.
Oh, well, you know, that's a nightclub. I mean,
True.
we pick someplace fancy and all. I mean, with security, it might be all right. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, this is the only thing I can do to kind of clear my name and maybe not get a bullet in the brain just by, you know, walking my dog if I had a dog, which I don't.
I have a dog.
Really?
Yeah, I do. His name is Scout. He is the best boy.
Where's Scout?
He's somewhere safe.
Yeah, actually, you don't know where Scout is.
I don't know.
Or
Maybe.
your gear, by the way.
Yes, probably where my
Yeah.
gear is. I'm not worried. Scout can handle self.
Yeah, the big thing that you guys are missing are your personal pans, your fetishes, small weaponry, stuff that you could easily put in a nice slimming business evening wear you had with you, but other stuff that is a little bit more large and cumbersome you didn't have with you.
Okay. So, it sounds like we've got to.
Oh, or any identifications. Like that's the other odd thing. Like if you are in the tier, what you guys know about the tier is essentially its own nation. It's an elven nation, and seeing as you are not elves, you would not be allowed through without some kind of passports, but you woke up with nothing on you.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like there's two opposing things here. Either A, we go turn the key in, but then we have this other elf man who is just here, who wants information about it.
He didn't ask for the key, by the way.
He just asked for our contact.
Well, then perhaps we'll go invisible, arrange the meeting, and then abduct him.
It doesn't. I like the arrange the meeting. Abducting is 50-50 on. But I think we arrange the meeting, pre-scout place, setup thing of our own, and then see what we get. The question is this friend who just threatened us very badly, to find out who sold us the key? Do we let him know? We're just, without the memories, we're in very deep, and I don't know the right direction.
Yeah, it seems like this Nicholas Grace fella and whoever he's working for kind of knows the why, okay, and kind of the who. Then, since if this Grace fella isn't the who, there's somebody else. So it sounds like we get him, we might be able to get both the answers we need to get this elf off our back. That makes sense?
It does, yes.
Yes.
So then,
All
yeah,
right.
we make the meat, and then
Let's meet
we
the meat.
spring it on them. Yeah, we
All
trap
right.
the
All right.
trappers.
They're waiting for me to tell them when and where.
Where is a good open place? We need it to be open in public without being overly exposed. I think a club.
A
Would
place
be-
we would know well.
Where's
Perhaps the
that-
bowling alley.
Yeah.
You two
I
are all-
like. All right, let's set up at your old bowling alley, man.
All right, I can do this. Yeah. I mean, you've been there before. Remember?
Mhm.
Nearly set to burn the place down
I
almost.
did. That
Do you
felt a
remember
little
what we
bad
called the
about that
place?
one. What's that?
I forgot what we called the place. Do you guys remember?
It's
been a
always
one?
the Lucky
Oh, God.
Strike.
Yeah, Lucky Strike. Yeah, I think.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that's it, but
Yeah,
that's
we'll
what
go
I'm
with
saying.
it. We'll run with it.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's your old watering hole and bowling alley. Where the Rockin' Bowl took shape.
Yeah, let's do that. At least there we know the terrain, we know the exits.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
the
When
structural weak points.
which should I make the meat for? This is fairly early. Like really
Earlier the
early.
better.
Like he showed up before dawn, knocking on your door.
Hmm.
The longer
mean-
we give them to prep, the better their ambush can be for us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how far away would the bowling alley be from where we're at?
You guys made it to downtown Seattle, so just a few blocks. It's pretty close.
Okay. So why don't we go there now? You give us a little time, then make the meet so that we can kind of scope it out ahead of time.
Yes.
And when we can see if anybody else shows up to start scoping it out ahead of the meet,
That's a good idea.
we can
So
make
it's
the meet early,
noon? Like lunch? We'll do lunch?
They do have
They
good
got
hot
some
dogs.
good cheesy fries.
Oh, I
So,
like their cheesy fries.
yeah.
Nothing's better than cheesy fries, chili
Cheese.
dog, and a nice
Mhm.
pilsner to wash down.
Yeah.
All right,
And
all
then-
right. He sends a message. He says, he wants to know if he should bring his own shoes or rent.
Oh, man, you don't want to rent the shoes there. Are you kidding?
Right.
Right.
You're getting leprosy.
I don't bowl. Okay.
At least this person has sense of humor.
Okay. Well, let's get on over there then.
All right. We go there.
Okay, yeah. It's crack of morning. I mean, the sun's barely coming up. You guys didn't rest very much. You still have aches and pains for being worked over, and the drugs still have kind of a numbing effect to everything. So, you're not feeling great. But, of course, it's already open because they've got a mean breakfast.
Ooh.
Hash, soy bacon, and all the soy calf you can want to wake your ass up. Yeah, so there's already a fairly big morning rush going on. A lot of nomads that pass through in trucking caravans like to stop here because of the suds and the breakfast. A fair number of people in. Looks exactly like the last time you guys were here years and years ago. Same guys behind the bar, doing the flipping the soy hash and everything else. You can see his gut through the back window there that kind of exposes the kitchen. Why, you don't know, because there's, you count 10, 11 health violations just without ever really trying, but right there it is on full display. A lot of the old faces that you remember are here, still sitting around. A couple of them raise their soy calf cups to you. Hey, nice to see you're still alive, Gun, too. Whatever happened
Gant will
to that
go
cleaning
in.
business of yours?
He'll act like he's Norm from Cheers, like he's just going in, even if it's not that much. Like, yeah, cleaning business is good, but what's even better? Franchise bowling alley owner. So at some point, I got some business I'm conducting, but after that, we should talk about maybe ownership of this place. Kind of bring you into the fold here. I have become quite the entrepreneur.
I don't know. I mean, we're a local place. We like our local folks. It sounds like you can bring that hoity-toity mess in here, folks that don't know the subtleties and the delights of my greasy spoon. He slaps some hash on a plate and puts over your
It would
normal
be
order.
It would be nothing like that. Trust me. I live in his bowling alley in the other place, and it is home.
Ivan, last time you were here, you nearly burned the roof down.
I did. I did.
Oh, who's your friend?
This is Kaylee.
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, people know what ghoulism is. So, they're like, yeah, hey, hi.
Where's your jukebox?
There's no, just get on the network, put in your request, I guess. Hey,
I'll look to see if they have any of my stuff on their network.
She's not infectious, is she?
Only with her personality.
All right. Yes and no, Kaylee. Yes, your tunes are in there. It's on the free column, which is kind of a disappointment because some of the other bands you're contemporary with are in the paid column.
I'm going to note some of those band names for later.
I think you should talk to your manager, really. I mean, obviously something's going on here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to make a hit list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gantu, nothing's really changed. You notice the exits doesn't look like they've really done anything. Maybe they slapped some new paint on. Maybe. Maybe the lighting's just a little better.
Yeah, you all done a nice job of it around here. It's looking good. How busy is it?
It's mostly the breakfast crowd. It's not that busy. Nobody's bowling. You got maybe a dozen people in here right now.
Y'all get a crowd for lunch or so?
Everybody's like my soy burgers. We've been doing okay business. The bowling alley is really what pays the bills around here. Food's just an extra. One of the patrons turn around, looks at you and says, yeah, extra. Pushes his plate away.
You're not going to eat that? Well, I mean...
No, I think I've gotten my load of saturated fat for today. Yeah.
That's pretty early to get that all done right away.
It's impressive.
No, I'm pretty sure just the one meat
Hey.
meat trademark. Patty did it. Right, Gus, thanks for the coffee. Not so much for the food. Throws a credit chip on the table.
Okay.
So one of the waitresses comes up, little dwarven lass. She was actually new here the last time that you were around, and you've been gone a few years. She looks like she's aged 10 in that time. She used to have this wonderful high, just welcoming voice, and you see her greeting customers like, "What?"
It's that kind of customer service that puts Lucky Strikes over the top. There you go.
Yeah, she's got a cigarette in her mouth, and she comes over, looks you up and down. spits the cigarette out on the floor and says, "Ain't seen you in a while, sunshine."
No. My journey has taken me elsewhere, but I have returned, and it's home is definitely what's the phrase?
Where
Shit,
the horror
it's
is.
shit.
Something. It's shit. Yeah.
Shadowrun.
that's fair.
Drek. I guess it's Drek.
Yeah. So listen, we got a little deal we're gonna do here, a little business. That's just if you you catch anyone, you guys got any like closed circuit TV security, that kind of such around here?
Gus looks at you, shakes his head. He's gone to look. My insurance premiums are high enough after what you guys did the last time, and I've not got cameras because of people like you that come in here and do deals.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Is everyone here regular? They kind of see them
Not
before
everybody.
faces and
A
things?
few, handful of people here.
Okay. And what would you say is like response time for calamities and such? Not that there's going to be one, just hypothetically speaking.
Well, gone too. It depends on how good the tip is today.
That's an excellent point. And that will go into the calculation indeed. Okay. Do we have access to our funds? I can't remember.
Yeah, we pulled some off at the terminal and put them on some disposable cred chips.
Yep.
Okay. So sure, then like I will definitely try to bribe for them to keep their eyes peeled, to sort of point out anybody who might not be regulars, stuff like that. Just anything that looks out of the ordinary to them, other than us, of course.
Well, I mean, we get nomads and truckers through here a lot, Gantu. So when I take it, you tell me, keep an eye out for anyone unusual. You're talking about people that don't fit the normal crowd. I mean, what should I be expecting here?
You got it right there. Anyone who looks clean.
Okay. Yeah, we don't get too much of that in here.
Yeah. If you see
Clean
anyone
and all.
clean, yeah, and that just looks a little, too well put together, like their life is on the right track. Those are the types of people I want, you alert us to. If they got that far off look, like where did it all go wrong, then they're probably fine.
All right. So people questioning their life choices is okay. Too clean, not okay. I gotcha. Hey, Samson down at the precinct, by the way. He'd probably like to see you. Yeah, that property values have gone down since your cleaning service kind of stopped. I mean, all these killings don't get cleaned up like they used to anymore. They leave stains in the floorboards that can't get out and just kills the resale value.
I have not been in I haven't really been hands-on the cleaning side of the empire recently, but maybe after we get this little business done, that might be something to look into for sure. Yeah.
Well,
Do they have
this
a
new
public
guy.
terminal here to
Yeah.
use?
Yep.
I want to look up any recent, locations for grisly murders and just kind of note down an address.
Oh my gosh. You can actually just pull up like the scream sheets for the day. Like the body lottos have they're not any worse than most cities. Grisly murders happen every few minutes.
Excellent.
But
I'll
it's
just jot
not-
down a random address and then
Yeah.
I'll keep note of that for later.
All right.
Well, we got the pleasantries out of the way. I'm going to slip off, go invisible, and then scout outside, see if I can catch anyone also scouting.
Okay. We're gonna say it's like 7 a.m. You made a noon appointment. Like I said, the guy got you up before dawn, so like it's early, several hours away from noon. Yeah, but if you want to cast invisibility and go out, go ahead and make the roll, just because it's possible to knock yourself out with drain.
Sure.
in this.
Inward. All right, 3 on my cast and 3 on my drain.
Okay. You had time, so that's fine. How does your drain do? Does that do anything? You're fine with that.
Yeah.
One, yeah.
So I got 3 successes. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what the opposition between drain tests but I passed.
Okay. Yeah. You go invisible. You check out the street corners. Again, there's a lot of rigs parked here. This is kind of like a truck stop diner / bowling alley, right? It's right on the edge of downtown. This is a great place for people to stop for, other than vending machine food that's inexpensive and okay. Looking around, everything looks about right. Like, you see some big rigs, you see some older cars, you see people that were out partying all night kind of limping in to just soak up the alcohol with some food. That all looks right. You do, however, see a really nice silver gray, like long limo style car that comes down the block, doesn't stop, doesn't slow down, just kind of passes by.
Okay.
This isn't exactly like a bad part of the neighborhood, but it's not a great neighborhood either.
Okay.
But that's the only thing that you see out of, just a little odd. So they could have just taken a wrong turn, but they don't slow down, they don't stop, they just make the turn, go by the bowling alley, and that's it.
You got any kind of plates or anything on that limo that I could catch?
Yes. It's going slow enough. Oddly enough, the diplomatic plates.
Yeah, I'll feed that information back to Gantu and Kaylee. Like, saw this out of the ordinary diplomatic style plates.
Okay. Y'all remember that name of that? Well, that one fellow we talked to that one time. Oh man, I cannot remember. My memory is, as I get older, let me tell you, just slips on by.
It's not Morlock,
Okay.
is it?
You got to install more memory. That's
what it is. No, it's nothing to worry about just yet. We'll see when we come face to face, I suppose. They pull in, they stop here, or are they just kind of doing a drive by?
Yeah, Chuck, I said they didn't stop or slow down. They just drove right by.
Yeah, they kept going.
Okay.
Circled and turned.
Okay. Well, what next?
Chuck, make me a perception test.
Sure.
Sight, if you've got anything special with sight.
I do not. Yeah, I'll go perception. Where does perception fall under? Oh, I don't see perception. Am I blind?
Yeah, it is. Here, hold on a sec. This is again where I am rusty with the rules. It is a combined number. Give me a sec. Not a searchable PDF. I tell you what, just make me an intelligence check for now. We'll do it that way.
Sure.
I cannot remember what the math on that is.
Target number 4, 5.
4 is fine. What did you roll?
Pulled 2.
2 successes. Okay, good enough. You're looking street level. The gray silver car is the only thing that really stood out. And as you're about to go in, you notice your eyes kind of catch something kind of brightly colored a little higher up. This area doesn't have a lot in the way of, I mean, Seattle's built up. There's like sky rises everywhere, but it kind of is like the center of town is like the highest. And then
Right.
kind of the peaks come down as you go towards the edges. You're towards the edges. So it's a building that's about 5 stories. It's across. And just for a moment, you caught something very colorful caught your eye at the very top of the building that's across from you.
Like there's something bright up on the roof or something.
It was just a perception of like a very bright color, maybe a red or an orange, just for a moment.
I'll
You look back now and you don't really see anything.
anything suspicious is worth relaying, so I'll our disposable pans or whatever. I'll send a
Mhm.
text to Ganto and Kaylee. Do you want me to check out top of building?
Probably a good idea. And I can come. Kelly can hang back inside in case anyone comes in. But you're invisible.
I am.
Okay. So, I mean, I could go looking and you can flank me a bit.
If you want to do that, I mean, I would be okay sneaking up there on my own. And if I
Alright.
come across anything sketchy, I'll just fall back and then we can.
So, what did you guys do with Bono? Did you leave him back in the hotel while you're scouting things out? Because he did say that he'd rather not have his face seen any more than is
That-
necessary. But
Would have been my intention, yeah, to leave him
Yeah,
behind.
same.
All right.
Yeah, I just kept him back there.
Oh, snap. Old Sundown, thanks for that raid.
welcome, folks. We are doing the legwork portion of a Shadowrun game right now. All right. So, what's your plan?
I'm going to move around the building, see if there's fire escape, something like that, and then hoof it on up. If not, I'll go inside and see if I can
Yeah,
find
all
a
these
way up.
buildings are up to code, but the fire escapes on these things are basically they're straight kind of tunnels that you go through, and it kind of slows your descent as you go down level by level by level.
Oh,
So like
okay.
they're all up off a street level right now. It's not to say you couldn't, make yourself a little athletic-y and try and jump up and get into one.
Nah. I'll go inside and see if I can find a way up.
Okay. You go inside. It is essentially, it's just a whole bunch of small businesses in here. When you go into the ground floor, the thing that you see is a directory. You imagine if you had VR, you'd be seeing a lot more animated displays. But otherwise, it just tells you, on various floors, there's different things. There's a food court up here. There's an entire floor of just lawyers. Just
Dangerous.
different things all the way up. 5 floors of it's like a small shopping mall of just very small shops.
All right. Do I see stairs?
You see an elevator system. You assume there might be stairs. Looking around, you see a doorway that looks like it might go into like an emergency stairwell.
Can I get that door open?
Walk over there. There's nobody really on ground floor. There's a guy sleeping on a bench. He's got his hands over his eyes. He's probably just some homeless guy that's kind of wandered into the lobby and no one's chased him off yet. You go over there and you see it says emergency stairway. There's no sign that says any kind of alarm will go off if you open the door. You try the door. It's unlocked.
Okay,
Pop
I
it
go
open.
in.
You notice that most of the lights have just burned out or been broken.
There.
It's not been kept up pretty well at all, but there's enough light to see, and it just kind of goes up each floor, and then it kind of turns around and goes up each floor. So there's a landing between each of the 5 floors as it continues up.
There. Huff it up.
Okay, who's going with Ivan?
Just Ivan.
Just Ivan. Okay, just Ivan. As you are going up, let's see. How do we do this? Okay. Okay. Make me an initiative check.
Okay.
You should have a certain number of dice for initiative, and then you add your reaction to it. There's probably a button on the roll 20.
I got the 7.
You got a 7. All right, let me roll here. $12. Hey. Well, you go up the first flight, Nothing seems. It looks normal. You get on the landing. You look through the door. There's a little window, and you look out. This is the floor that's mostly like a food court. There's very little going on. It's too early. Too early for most things. Most of the places are closed down. Doesn't look like anyone's been through here. You go up to the next floor. The next floor is a bunch of offices. This is the floor where there's a whole bunch of lawyers that specialize in certain things. All closed. Nothing's opened yet. Too early. Go up to the third floor. The third floor is like, it's bookshops, magic fetish and talismongers, that sort of thing. There's a few stores that are tentatively open, like the lights are on. Maybe they're stocking or something, but the doors haven't been really rolled up yet. And as you're passing by this area, you notice that the door is slightly ajar, like someone has stuck just a piece of wood in the door here to keep it from closing all the way.
Pull that piece of wood out.
Okay, you do so. There's a good ka-chunk sound. It sounds like this door is one that does have a lock on it, so it just engaged some kind of lock mechanism.
The initial reaction is that it's going to be, someone coming, going.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe someone sneaking out for smoke break.
Okay.
Do I remember? I saw it like high up. The color was high up on the building.
High up. It was like on the roof.
Yes, I keep going up then.
Okay. So as you start up the next stair, you look up and you get the impression of multicolored, just very bright, you say feathers. Just as the person like jumps on you and collides with you. They're wearing a multicolored feathered headdress. This isn't Azzy. No. You notice the combat gear as they collide with you. All right, so they're going into melee with you, and they've got long bladed combat knife. By the regalia they're wearing, this is likely a blood mage.
That sucks.
I decided to just take you down with a knife and do it quiet like. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make an attack test. You're going to make a defend test. It's your combat skill plus any combat pool you want to spend. Target number is 4. I'm doing the same. Highest number of successes is the person that gets the hit off. Tied hits go to the attacker, which is the Azzy.
Our combat skill is yes and all. If I don't have the combat skill.
If you don't have the combat skill, that's fine. You can use anything in pool. In defaults. Okay, let's see.
I got the quickness.
It's going to make your TN higher, though. Let me get to the default here. You don't have any combat skill?
I took firearms, which is technically a combat skill. But
I got you.
All
right, unarmed combat will default to strength with 1, 2. So 6 is your target number. 4 is theirs.
Okay.
And its strength is its closest default.
All right. So strength. And I am going to take that many from the pool. And my target number is 6. I got
one result.
A success.
Okay, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So that'll stage up the damage of the knife twice. Okay. You are wearing some armor, I think. Actually, I guess you're not, because you guys don't have your standard gear.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's true.
Okay. Well,
Ripperoni.
Yeah, here we go. Let me find what a knife does. Give me 1 second here.
With the rest on my physicals, would I move from light stun down to uninjured again?
Yeah, you're fine. Lights go away very quickly.
Okay.
Here we go. Weapons, a knife. Strength. L. Okay. So you need to make a body check. Roll all your body dice. Strength is 4, so your target number is 4. Every 2 successes you get will lower the damage code.
I got 2.
2 successes. Okay, that brings it down to an M.
All right. So I got to 1 point in moderate.
Okay, so you take a 12 M. Actually, don't worry about the 12. You just take a moderate. So yeah, they stab you.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. They kind of bear you down to the ground as they do it. They yank the knife out as they kind of roll away. He's got your blood on the knife now. And you see he's kind of wiping the blood on his palms. You see a little bit of magic starts to spark, and your blood starts to boil on his hands. All right. So
Okay.
your initiative was a 1, right?
My initiative was no, it was
No, what was it?
I rolled it 7.
7. Okay. So he had an initiative of 12 minus 10 from that. He would go again on a 2. So you go on a 7. What do you want to do?
You dick. When in doubt, fuck, run away.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Run
He rolled away from you. So you're going to have to run either up or down the stairs since you just locked the door that was on this flight of stairs. So you tell me, up or down.
Going down, man. Always down.
Okay. You run. He doesn't chase. He just calls down. I want to Bono. I have your blood. I could kill you at any time. Give me the man. He just yells at you as you run.
I'll stop. Like, wait, if you just wanted to talk, you should have talked before stabbing me. I would have been very talkative.
If I've got your blood, I've got leverage.
How far up is he?
Oh, with your movement, you're probably 1 flight away. So he's at the landing, and you're at the top landing. You're at the bottom landing. You're kind of yelling up at him across the stairwell, looking up.
Well,
he didn't follow you. He just stood there. He's still got his handful of your blood. That's got this little magical thing going on with it right now.
shit, man. If that's all you wanted, you could have just said to fireball.
All right. You did move though, okay?
I did.
And magic takes a full round action.
Okay.
So unfortunately, he's going to go again before you can do that, because he goes again at 2.
Okay.
All right. You can take cover though, since you're under the stairs there. He's
Sure.
going to try a spell using your blood.
No, thank you.
What's your willpower? Oops, I put it in the wrong place again. I hate it when I do
My
that.
willpower is a 6.
Wow. Okay, no successes.
No.
Your blood burns in his palm, and it kind of just evaporates like alcohol burning, right? And he uses it all up, and he points this greenish purple flame in his hand. He points it at you. He points his finger at you, and he's really like, he looks at his finger and points again. Nothing happens. He seems very confused about that.
It's okay, friend. We all have those troubles every now and then.
He's like, it's not my day. I hate Seattle. This is the worst. All right. So it's top of the where we reinitiate now. You've got no more initiative. So
All right.
you go ahead and do your initiative again.
Got the 10. No, Richard S. No.
Oh man. Rolling the wrong place. He also got a 10. What is your reflex score?
My reflex. What is reflex? You mean quickness?
No, your actual reflex. What are you adding to your initiative?
Oh, I don't know.
It should be on your sheet right next to the initiative. Should be like a number of dice, and then it says plus something next to it. It's that plus I want. You don't have.
And I click on the thing. Oh, it's a 6.
It's a 6. You're faster. Okay. All right. Just so that you had a little bit of cover, so does he, because you guys are up opposite stairwells and you're both looking down the stairs. But you do go first. So
Fireball.
Okay.
fireball. Okay, and I looked up how the thing works.
Mhm.
It involves math.
Yes.
Which I'm
Yes,
not
it
a
does.
fan of. Let's see here. If I do math, I do 5 divided by 2 plus 6. Oh, that's rough. Okay. Fireball. I'm going to put...
Oh, your pools are refreshed top of the next round, so your pools are back. Not that you used magic last round, but yeah.
Yes. I'm going to put 4. Just 4, not 45. And I'm going to put 5.
Oof.
Okay, I got 1 success.
Yeah.
And I negated my drain because my drain was a thing.
Okay. What's the damage code on your fireball?
Fireball is S.
Serious. Okay.
S.
Does he get to resist with body? I believe so, since it's a physical manifestation.
Let's see. You know, you're asking all these questions.
It's your spell.
Fireball, duration, drain, target is body, and it can resist.
Yes, he can resist. Okay. What was the force of the spell?
Force is 5. No. 5.
5. Okay. No successes. Okay, so he takes it serious. Yeah, so he had a little bit of cover, but I mean, it doesn't really help when you lob a fireball in that area. It does set off all the fire alarms. Fire sprinklers start going off. You hear, fire alarms start going on. You hear him yell as he kind of falls back on the stairwell above you. You're not sure if he is dead or not. On his turn, he is going to do something. He's not dead. He got no body, so he's taking a serious. Okay, so he's down. Pull points. Okay. Yeah, so he kind of drops back out of sight, so you're not really sure if you got him or not. But there are fire alarms going off across the street. Gantu and the rest of you guys, you hear fire alarms going off in the building. I just went into.
Okay.
Gus at the bar is like, "Oh gosh,
I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
He just
So
face
2,
palms.
it's a
like, "Oh,
fireball and they call for help.
I was waiting for that.
Ivan
Gant-
either needs help or he needs no help.
Yeah. So
That's actually a good point. He's probably fine. I think he's probably can handle this, right? He's probably just casting fireball.
so Ivan,
Get
do you
get
want to
to it.
follow up, or do you want to leave initiative and go away? That's the question here.
What was the question?
Do you want to continue with initiative and see what's going on to see if he's out or not, or do you want to just leave the area?
Well, he doesn't have
You're
my
not sure.
blood right now.
Yeah, he kind of wasted it on that spell.
You know what? I don't know where he's at. I can't. Yes, this is tough. I am going to cast Fireball.
You're just going to cast another one up there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. And so I'm going to put 4 here.
Same force.
I'm going to put 5 here. Force is 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 5. All right. 2 successes. And I pulled 2 successes to resist my drain.
Oh, man. I keep trying to put the rolls in the stream chat. I hate it when I do that. 1, 2 successes. So that's staged down. Okay, so you throw another fireball at up that way. This time, some of the doors catch fire. Some of the wood stairs catch fire. You hear him scream out, and then don't hear anything further. Sprinklers are coming down. This is magical fire, so it can be extinguished, but it's hard. It's very hot fire. So you're being soaked. People are starting to open the doors to check out what's going on in the stairwell. The level with the lawyers. Somebody sticks their head out and says, "Anybody need a lawsuit? What's going on? You need to sue somebody, buddy?"
No, we can win this one. Trust me.
Lots of other doors are opening along the stairwell as well to see what's going on. But then they see there actually is fire, so people start panicking, running for doors. Nothing else is happening up that stair. You don't still see him. You did hear him kind of call out after that second fireball. Do you want to check?
I do very much.
Okay. Well, there's a very crispy corpse there.
Okay. The stairwell, it's like the spiral with the open center.
Well, it's not so much a spiral. It's like basically it goes up. There's a landing, goes up again, and the stairs on the opposite side this time. So it kind of staggers.
Yeah.
Right. And there's a landing on each floor.
Okay. I'm just going to start throwing the corpse down the stairs one flight at a time.
Okay.
Because I'm not carrying it all that way. I'm not built for that. So I'm going to slowly drag the corpse outside.
Everyone loves a slinky.
Across the street from the bowling alley, you guys can see flames around the third floor windows. Some of the windows break, some flames come out. You can hear sirens in the distance, probably the fire department. People are starting to run out of the ground floor in a panic.
Kaylee will send Ivan a text.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I will reply to text.
You guys are actually using the text.
I'm so bad at P9.
Gus kind of catches your attention, Gantu. He said, "Look me in the eye, Gantu. I do not want my building burned down. You have no idea how much my insurance went up after that last fiasco of yours. Look, no. Look out, too. Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. You tell me my place is not burning down today or tomorrow or until you get out of town."
Well, see, here's the thing. I mean, if insurance is so high, that might be a clear indication it's time to sell. Just throwing that out there, you know. And if you're so concerned with it burning down today or tomorrow, that might be more motivation to sell.
That's a pretty strong tactic you got there, Gantu. I can see why you're doing so well in your business.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
it's ruthless out there.
Yeah. He doesn't look too happy about this. It's like I'm thinking that police response is going to be very quick today, Gantu. Very quick.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame.
Actually, if you want to make me some kind of social role on him, you can. But he's not. He's feeling a little pressured now. You're using strong arm tactics on him, and there's a fire just right across the street from him. No doubt your fault. Ivan has talked to Kaylee over the comm saying, "I killed Aztec dude, bringing crispy corpse now. XOXO."
Listen, man, you can't get upset with us just because there's a fire across the street. Come on, man, coincidence. You know how it is. Like this neighborhood's not the safest. You know that. Someone probably just cast fireball or something. Something random like that.
Random, yeah. Did you make a social test?
I can if you want.
Yeah, I just want to see how he takes this. I mean, because going by your role play, it's not even just a little threatening. It's very threatening. But
no, I disagree. I'm just joking with him. We're old friends. I'm just making jokes. I'm just making jokes and trying to calm him down. I'm not legitimately trying to intimidate him. Intimidation's not Gantu style.
All right,
Gantu's too affable.
Okay, fair enough.
He's very charming.
He is that guy. I like. Oh wait,
Ivan,
that's me.
you make it to ground level.
Please.
Stairwell here does have like a doorway going out the back. It's it's a designated fire escape. If you push this door open, it's going to make fire alarms go off, but they're already going off.
The fire alarms are
You
already
can
going off.
hear that there is either a police or fire response on its way, and you are holding a very crispy corpse over your shoulder.
Uh-huh.
What do you do? And you see that there are a lot of people fleeing the building that will no doubt notice you coming out of here.
Oh, that's easy thing to handle. Fuck, it's not the easy thing. I can't fix this by casting fireball again.
Make things worse.
Am I still invisible from when he stabbed me?
No.
I want to use my magic finger spell
Okay.
to drag the corpse out and
Mhm.
put it in a dumpster.
Okay.
And then I'll go out to the front.
Okay. Just roll the drain on that to see if anything happens, but otherwise, that'll happen. Yes, there is police response shows up first, followed by a fire truck. And yeah, they just jump out with axes, breaking down doors, and start flooding the place with water. There's obvious flames coming out of the third floor lobby. People are saying that and there was something going on in the stairwell, some altercation. Do you have video? No, we don't have video. So yeah, so the officers outside taking comments from bystanders. Chuck, nobody really saw you. The one guy that ducked his head out, yelling down if anybody needed a lawyer, didn't really get a good look at you because of the sprinkler systems going off and the fire and the flames and the smoke and all of that. Come outside, basically just across an alley, throw the body in a dumpster, just nonchalantly, I guess, walk across to the bowling alley again.
Uh-huh. Yes.
One of the officers does stop you and say, "Excuse me, sir. Do you own a business in this establishment? Were you shopping this morning? What went on? Can you tell us anything?"
Oh no, I am homeless man who was sleeping under bench in lobby. And then there was fire alarms and it was very bad. I have to go to the restroom in bowling alley now because I am about to piss self in fear.
Considering that you're dressed in a very nice tailored suit, but it's ripped and torn from being attacked by barghasts and everything that's happened since.
I thought we bought some shitty clothes.
Oh, that's right. You guys got some Stuffer Shack clothes. That's right. You're in a
tracksuit
tracksuit.
in your Pulp Fiction cosplay.
Yeah.
You're in a tracksuit. The officer kind of looks at you, throws you cred chip, says, "Go get some coffee."
You are a saint, my friend. Thank you very much. Do you need a handy?
No.
Okay, thank you very much.
That's no.
Usually people who give me money want that. So you, my friend, are very kind. And then I'll just go to the bowling alley.
You get a little ping on your pan, address for later.
Oh no, I was not meaning that seriously. He's going to be so disappointed.
Right. So Ivan walks in, smelling a little bit of soot and flame.
Hello, friends. I am back.
See, everything's fine. You were worried about nothing, Gus. Come on, it's fine. Look at him. Nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad happened. I am fine. Smoke. And I have a stab wound. I need to go heal this. And then, but also
that could have happened anywhere. That could have happened
anywhere
and anyone. Yeah.
Nothing related to anything here. Just a random Aztec blood mage just hopped out of a stairwell and stabbed me.
Gus is like, "It's not a morning in Seattle without a stabbing."
That is true.
See, exactly.
The most important thing, though, Kaylee, is I need you to change my PAN number on this. Can you do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Because to get away, I had to offer a cop a hand job, knowing that it would make him uncomfortable, and he would just send me on the way. But he sent me his number, and I'm not comfortable. He made me uncomfortable. in my attempt to make him uncomfortable.
Did he accept the handy?
He said no, but then sent me the
Okay.
number.
All right, fine. Give me the phone then, because
Okay.
if you have,
Because who is
I'm not
Kaylee
touching
to come in between a contractual obligation?
Yes. Ganto and Kaylee, though, we should talk in private a little bit. Just I have news.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Sure, it's fine. See, Gus, everything's fine. One second. I need to consult with my business associate here.
Gus just points you at the back room. You've done this before. It's a little private room that Gus usually rents out for this sort of thing.
Yes. So yeah, when I was going up the stairs, when I was out there, I saw the limo that I gave you the number for, and then I saw bright multicolored, like just a blip or something like that up top of the building next door. So I was going there, and I was going to go up the stairs, right? And as I was going up the stairs, an Aztec blood mage jumped out and stabbed the shit out of me. I ran away. And he said he wanted that Bono guy, like, give me Bono or I'll kill you. And he tried to cast his blood magic, but he fucked it up, so I incinerated him. I've got the
Okay.
corpse in the dumpster across the street, so we can go investigate that later. It's very toasty, though, so sadly, if he had anything worthwhile on him, it's probably destroyed. But Aztec is hardcore. I mean, we already knew Aztec from the assassin yesterday, but they're closely monitoring us, I would say.
Oh, that's upsetting.
It is.
So, do we think there's a connection between the limo and the Aztec assassin?
I don't think so. I mean, we're all interconnected, yes, but it's not a direct connection. I think it's two opposing parties both vying for something we have. Aztec wants
Right.
this Bono guy, and I think that limousine's that wants the key.
Okay.
Well, maybe
Okay.
the Aztec person is following the limousine.
It very well could have been. It very well could have been. Because, like, I was on street level, invisible. I saw the limousine. And then after the limousine, I saw the flash of things. But, I mean, you know, it could have been. It could be very well coincidental. Right? Not coincidental, but so much they're following the limousine and not us. But he very specifically asked us for this Bono person. And I
Yes.
am at Chuck and forgetting who Bono is.
He's the guy we got back in the hotel.
Okay, that is the thing I remember now.
Yeah. I mean, it's awfully coincidental them showing up at the same time. So I guess the question is like Kaylee saying, one's following the other, or they're one and the same. I would imagine if you're an Aztec assassin, you probably don't want to be driving around in a fancy limo, though. That would kind of draw
That's true.
attention.
Well, like I said, I saw the color of their thing first outside of the building. So they very well could have been flying or using some other form of transportation, tailing the vehicle from above.
Right. That's a good point. That's a good point. Well,
Yeah.
There's no communication. You wrecked everything on them. There's no way they got like a warning out or something.
I don't think so. I mean, they could have very well communicated before they engaged me, but from the moment they engaged me, they stabbed me. They rolled off me and were getting ready to attack again. I backed up. They called out to me saying they wanted Bono. I fireballed. And I fireballed. And they were dead at that point. So they very well could have communicated before the engagement, but from the moment that they fully crossed my path, there was no communication.
Well, it doesn't really give us anything new to go on.
Yes.
So I guess we're kind of at the mercy of taking this meeting still.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, you've got a few hours till then. Say this all takes about an hour. So it's like 9 a.m. at this point. lot of the people, no bats have filtered in and out. It's just got your the hardcore drinkers that are here now, like to get a good start. Yeah, got to be good and drunk before they throw the first balls down the alley. Yeah, and these are the locals that you've known for a while ago too, still here killing their livers. So yeah, there's maybe 4 or 5 people left. It's a lull before the lunch rush, as it is. Anything you want to do beforehand? The fire's put out pretty quickly. One thing of concern, you notice that they did send down a forensic squad to check things out, and that usually means forensic mages.
That'll give it away. That's that thing. Luckily, any DNA evidence I would have destroyed in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. So what I'm getting at is, are you going to do anything about the corpse in the dumpster? Anything?
I imagine once if there's a moment, if I can get there undetected, if there's enough of gap in police activity or something like that.
After they get the fire put out, the police they just basically close the complex down, and that's about the time you see the forensics truck roll in. You don't actually know if this is standard, if they actually have a mage on board or not. You just know if this place is paid up on their insurance, which you don't know that they are, given the poor condition that the stairwell was in. They may not have been able to really afford a full investigation for insurance purposes. So this just might be just a thing that the city does just to, check off a box on the forms. So you don't know how intense it's going to be. But they don't even tape anything up. They just put, they hang the closed sign down. They station an officer there on the outside to direct people away as the forensic truck pulls in. The alleyway, though, is shared by another business, so it's still operable. No one's blocked it off or anything. There are people walking up and down the streets.
Do you think I should go before they have a chance to find the corpse? Should I go investigate? I'm not too worried about them finding the corpse. I mean, who cares? But it's just if they have corpse has clues on it.
It's not like in the dumpster for this place, right? Because
it's across.
I'm getting the feeling Gus is going to roll over on us as soon as possible opportunity he can.
Gus actually takes his menu for the next day, erases what he puts there, looks in the garbage can, writes something new on the menu.
Oh, God. No, it is
your kind of place, Kelly.
It is in dumpster of adjoining building across the street. So.
We don't need to keep it clean forever. We just need to keep it clean long enough for us to have this meeting, I suppose. But it could come back to us at some point because someone's going to come question Gus.
I'll tell you what. I'll pull up a seat in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to cast clairvoyance.
Okay.
And take a look in that stairwell and see what kind of forensics they're doing.
Okay, go ahead and roll it just in case you knock yourself out from the drain.
Yeah. This thing's got really light drain, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and do... Oh, yeah, I'm great.
Okay. No, they did not send out an actual forensic mage because, apparently their insurance is pretty baseline. It doesn't pay for that sort of thing. Just a guy looking in the stairwells. He's just kind of looking around to see what the damages are. He's looking for video cameras. You see, he's talking to some of the lawyers that were on that floor. Nobody really sees anything. Somebody does go out the back stair, though, into the alley and does start looking into the garbage cans. There's not any surprise you don't notice anyone really making any kind of suspicious noises or anything. And one of them opens a garbage can that your corpse is in, turns his head real quick, kind of holds his nose and just puts the lid back on, but doesn't really raise an alarm or anything.
And this is one of the cops or just a passerby?
This is one of the forensics guys.
You sure you killed him?
I'm pretty sure I killed him. He was a toasty corpse, and I tossed him down several flights of stairs after I toasted him.
Several.
We were on the third floor, so three flights. So maybe they just suck at their job and they don't want to deal with the random corpse they found in the trash can.
Anyway, we can go look just to make sure we're not losing our minds here.
Sure. Gus, could I borrow a steak knife for self-defense purposes?
Well, I mean, if you want a steak knife, I mean, he pulls out like a like a 1 foot blade. I got one of these if you want.
Oh my, yes.
Sticks it in the table in front of you.
Well, Kaylee will take that knife and then go dumpster diving.
All right. Do you want to wait for them to be done, or are you going to do it while they're still there?
I don't think anybody will think it's suspicious that a person with ghoulism will just wander up to a dead body and just kind of take note of it.
All right. So you wander into the alleyway, though. One of the forensics guys is just finishing going through the last trash can in the area, sees you coming in, and goes to greet you, and then sees your condition. And says, "Oh, look, I'm done here, but you really don't want to open that first trash can. It's I don't know what industrial waste that is, but it's awful." He opens one of the trash cans towards the back. There's a couple of dogs and cats in here. I mean, I don't know if that's your thing or not. Hey, I mean, I'm all with, I understand you got a condition. I'm good with that. No guff from me. Go about your business, lady. I'm all done here. He just kind of hugs the wall as he kind of goes by you, trying to make as much distance between you and him as
Kaylee
possible.
will go,
Oh God!
thank you.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
I'll go to digging through the trash can, see if I can't find our crispy Azzy and start cutting his stuff apart to see if there's any interesting tidbits.
Open the trash can lid that Ivan had threw the corpse in, and there's not a corpse in there. There's a puddle of congealed fluid in the bottom. Looks a lot like a really dark blood. If you guys remember the crime scene that you guys had to clean up with that layer of, it's that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'll stir the knife in it anyway to see if there's like anything hard, like I don't know, personal effects basically that may have survived the burning and the falling.
You go through the muck. It smells actually fine. I mean, it smells a little toasty, a little burned, but it's not got a bad smell at all. I mean, it looks horrible. You fish around with the knife and you do hook something. You bring it up. It's a badly scorched, like satchel bag.
Yeah, I'll definitely take that.
Yeah, it's pretty badly burned on the outside, but it seems to be intact. If you pop it open, it's basically a few small fetishes, some components for spells, that sort of thing. Vials that look like they contain blood.
Ooh, yeah, I'll just hang on to that, and I'll go see if there are any of those dogs and cats that guy mentioned. Then I'll it's a little sad. Maybe it's like somebody in the neighborhood is taking care of the overpopulation problem by sharpshooting and taking out the local dogs and cats and just been throwing them in the dumpsters back here. Well, I'll take a cat and I'll take some of that goop from the first trash can and kind of smear it on like a nice afternoon jam, and then I'll head back.
All right. There you go. The forensics people are there for maybe an hour. They take off. The police presence that was up front takes down the close sign, and it's back up for business. They got a few signs out saying, stairwell closed, a few hazard signs, but they opened the business back up.
Spiffy. Yeah, I'll give Ivan the bag full of fetishes and vials of blood and whatnot. Here, these could be fun for you.
Well, those very well could be. I'm not so much interested in the blood, but I'd be curious to see whose blood they have. Maybe if we can get to a lab that can run DNA database tests. But these fetishes I might definitely abuse.
Yep. They're mostly things like small bird skulls, lots of brightly colored feathers, some stone beads, like obsidian and other glass, that sort of thing strung together.
Okay. Is there a way I could find out what they do?
You would need some time with them, but you can, yeah.
Okay.
It's not something you can do quickly, but yeah, you can.
I'll stash them, and in the hotel room tonight, I can dig that through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's another hour goes by, so it's around 10. Around this time, you can't help but notice that gray silver stretch car goes by again. This time, it does stop. Someone gets out, very nice tailored black suit, very silver cuffs, very well groomed, has a walking cane, steps out, kind of looks around, looking at his pan, sees the bowling alley, shrugs, walks in.
Before, in the meantime, between that and now, because I have cast a healing spell on myself.
Yeah, you got time.
Let's see. My target number is 4. And my low wound level is that. So it'll be... All right. All right. I get 2 successes. So I move myself down to light on my injury. And my drain test is way above. So I'm good.
Okay. So do some healing. The man comes in. Bono hasn't arrived yet because he's going to stay low until the meeting time. He kind of just looks around, doesn't know your faces, kind of settles up to the bar, actually right next to Gantu. Looks to Gus and says, excuse me, what do you have for wine? No wine. Your best beer. Yeah, okay. Beer will be fine.
Is this man elf?
Gus takes out a beer that room temperature on the shelf, because almost no one asks for a bottled beer. Blows the dust off it, wipes it off with the cloth that he's been wiping all the glasses down with, sticks it in his mouth, pulls the bottle cap off, puts it in front of the guy. Oh, well, thank you. He kind of wipes it off with his shirt sleeve. Looks at the time. Big sigh.
Yeah, this place is really kind of your what we call in the business the BYOB. You bring your own beverage. You don't really want to drink anything here. But the cheese fries, I got to tell you, are something to die for. And when I say it like that, it's probably because shortly after eating them, you will want to die because you will feel as though you are.
He grimaces. The guy is very bookish looking. He's got glasses, which are definitely an affectation now. Because you can have your eyes fixed, or you can even have your eyes replaced in this era. So it's definitely an affectation. Very thin, almost, just frighteningly thin. He looks at you, and he tries his best to give you a smile. Yes, I would not normally find myself in such establishments if it weren't for business. Yes.
Oh, what kind of business are you in? You like a bowling alley gadget thingy? The pin. You guys run the pin machines back there? Is that what business brings you to the bowling now?
Oh, well, he kind of chippers up at that. And he pulls out some brochures. So the brochures are for the Illuminates of the New Dawn, which is they are ostensibly they're a magic magic forward organization that is recently dabbling in politics, but they believe in social change through the enlightenment of magic. Oh, and he is fine to bend your ear and talk all about how magic's the great leveler. We will bring everyone to an evenness in society that's never been seen before.
No, that's an admirable goal, little sharing of power and redistribution and such. It sounds.
Oh, it's an incredible new era that we're in. I mean, think all the threats that have posed against humanity have always been because of a scarcity in food, a scarcity in safety, a scarcity in housing. With magic, with this new era, scarcity, can become scarce itself. And I'm sure he pulls out a pen for Rosalind Hernandez, lays it on the table. Rosalind, Miss Hernandez is the candidate to usher this into the bright new future that will happen. I'm sure you're aware that the elections will be happening soon. And my organization, which I am a humble cog in, will have a great deal to do with her new cabinet, I'm sure. Who are you voting to, Mr.? He puts his hand out.
Oh, me? I am Garfunkel. My name.
Call back.
My name is Paul Garfunkel.
Oh, well, Paul, who are you voting for in this election? I know there are a lot of great candidates out there. Even a dragon. A dragon. Can you imagine?
I cannot. I have to tell you, that would be a sight to see. That's for sure. It would. Yeah. See, I'm not the most politically inclined. I really like to, I like to do my own research. Try to figure out who.
Please do check out these brochures. You'll learn a lot about the future that Rosalind wishes to bring about, and how magic can really just uplift everyone to this new heights. As you're talking, the rest of you guys notice someone else walks in who definitely stands out as well, wearing combat fatigues. Here and there, liberally in the dress, are very colorful plumes of feathers, lots of purples and yellows and reds, carrying a briefcase. Not any obvious weaponry. But just is kind of scanning the place. Kind of makes eye contact with the person that you're talking to, gone to. You notice the jaw firms up a little bit. And he just takes a seat pretty close to the door. Dwarven waitress comes up. What? He's taken back a little bit. He's like, breakfast tamale burrito.
Cheese
she just
fries.
Stares at him. Whatever you have for breakfast.
Get my friend some cheese fries.
Oh, okay. So you call out the guy, looks at you, and the waitress is like, okay, walks off. He just nods at you and just sits there. Okay. A few moments later, the elf that came to your apartment complex last night also walks in. Notices the Azzy at the door. Looks over at you, gone too, and the person you're sitting with does a quick look around and kind of sits on the table on the opposite side of the door from the Azzy. Also just sits down, pulls out a cigarette case, cigarette in his mouth. You guys can stop me if you're going to do anything in the meantime.
Kaylee will kind of look up at either Ivan or Gantu, point at the other two people, then just kind of make like a throat cutting motion and shrug. Like,
I mean, we've got them all together here. Do we sit down and have a conversation together?
So there's the elf guy, there's this new fella, and then there was the one I ordered the cheese fries from.
Yes.
I think I misunderstood what was happening there. Who is that? Do we recognize them, or is it just look
cheese
like
cheese fry guy is obviously from Mass Technology.
Okay.
Wearing battle fatigues, but nothing, no obvious armaments about him.
Okay.
The elf is the elf from last night, just as he was last night. Also, no obvious armaments about him. The man, the human that you're talking to now, the Azzy is human too. Well dressed, very bookish. Apparently, this is the contact you were supposed to meet.
Right.
Yeah.
So, if I caught him giving a weird look towards the Aztec guy, I will
Your guy,
say,
no, he doesn't seem
oh.
to. Other than the fact that you called out and saying, "Hey, have the cheese fries," which he
Okay.
acknowledged, like, "Oh, must be one of your friends." Didn't recognize the guy.
Okay.
No
All right.
flash of recognition when the elf came in either.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Cat's kind of like, all right. I guess Gintu will just kind of lean over. Hey, don't be alarmed. And he'll speak kind of quietly. Don't
To
be
Gus?
alarmed here. Yeah, to the guys. No, to the guy I'm sitting next
Okay.
to at the. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, don't be alarmed here, but you wouldn't by chance happen to be a fella by the name of Nicholas Grace?
Oh, yes. I'm surprised you recognize me. I've only made the media just a small handful of times. I'm not exactly a personality.
Yeah. So we have a mutual acquaintance is actually the issue here, and I think I think we might be able to do each other a favor. I have a feeling there could be some danger that is brewing here shortly.
Just as you say that, Bono walks through the door.
The dramatic timing of these rifles. Okay.
The guy sitting next to you says, "Oh, it was very nice to meet you, Mr. Proboa." Shoots you through your pan his business card. But my business engagement is here.
Does he actually use Gantu's real name or the fake name?
Well, a fake name. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my mistake. No, he uses Mr. Garfunkel.
Right. Okay. Hey, well, look at that. My acquaintance is here as well. Like I said, we have a mutual.
You're familiar with Mr. Beaumont?
Of course I am. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well, Mr. Beaumont was hired to do a very professional job that he's shown a great deal of unprofessionality about. Bono is kind of looking around. He sees the Aztec guy. He slowly turns. He sees the elf on the other side. He slowly turns. He looks at Ivan. He looks at all of you. You get the idea. He's like a hair's breadth from just bolting out the door.
Yeah, there's too much tension in the room.
Yeah.
Gus
I'll go
by
ahead.
the bar is like, "This is where I get the shotgun gun to."
Oh no, man, not if you want to live. You might want to just hang back, go in the kitchen for a bit or something, or maybe just leave. That could also probably be an option for you.
He looks around the restaurant. He catches the eye of his waitress, and just kind of does something with his eyes, and you see her go, and kind of she takes off her apron and goes to the break room, and he looks around at the two guys that are still here that are his normal customers, goes over and says, "No, we're settled up, guys. No, my treat." And they kind of walk off.
I'll walk up to Gantu. Like, why don't we take our meeting with all of our various parties to the back room?
Super efficient, just kind of get it all done one lump sum like that.
I think so.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'll walk up to the Aztec guy. I'm like, we need to talk. There's a lot of moving parts here. And I don't want to be exploded. So we're all going to meet with all involved parties in the back room. Would you please come along?
Sit down for just a minute. And he takes his suitcase and lays it on the table. He flips it around so the open side is on your side, and he's got his hands on the locks. He says, "Take a seat for a minute."
I take a seat.
He pops the locks and he opens it just enough for you to see that it's filled with gold ingots. Closes it.
Okay, I'm listening.
"I'm sure you know what we want. The artifact is worth a lot to us. This is," and he taps the case, "untraceable.
I believe you. Okay. This is not what I was expecting, but let me lay a few things out and then we can move forward with this. If I were to give you the location of the artifact and you were to give me that gold, what guarantee would I have that you wouldn't more of your company hitmen wouldn't come out after us after the fact?
He shrugs. It's a simple business engagement. We get what we want. We pay for what we want. There's no reason to waste more resources.
Because, I mean, I got to tell you, I already was stabbed by one of your blood mages earlier today.
Contractor. He kind of nods.
Was he following us or was he following the dude who was in the limo over there?
He shrugs. Honestly, I don't know. Probably the person your friend is talking to over there.
Okay. So you just want the artifact, and in exchange, you'll give us the gold.
Yes.
The guy over there wants the artifact, and apparently he's already paid us. But someone in the elf land used the weird dust on us to make us forget everything.
While Ivan is having this conversation with the guy with As Technology, what is Kaylee doing?
She is like standing kind of by where the bowling lanes are,
Okay.
looking over the shoulder of the Aztec guy with her, pan for eyes, looking at Ivan, motioning to the guy and doing another throat cutting motion.
Just very nonchalant, like head nod, like no.
Got you. You still have this guy from the Illumina to the New Dawn next to you, and he looks at you and says, "What's going on here? We paid for a service. The contract was taken. Are you not people of your word?"
I didn't say we weren't. I'm just saying we got a few hiccups occurred, and some I's and got to be dotted, and some T's have to be crossed. But I'm sure we can come to kind of a mutual, beneficial conclusion to the transaction. Don't you worry. But why don't you come on over here too?
And as you guys are talking, the elf doesn't move. He's still got the cigarette in his mouth, and he just raises his voice just slightly and says, "I will remind you, the artifact in question is stolen property from our nation.
And I will remind you that you gave us 24 hours, and you are here not even 12 hours. So you gave us room to work, and you didn't give us that room."
Puts a cigarette at you and just he just nods.
Listen, Gantu, Kaylee, I need a quick huddle.
One sec.
I'll point to all of them. Respect the huddle. And then...
Okay, so Gus, the waitress, are gone. The two regulars have moseyed out. There's still about 4 people in here. You figure people Gus doesn't care about. They're still enjoying their meals. One of them keeps looking at his glass like, "Is that waitress ever going to refill my coffee?" I mean, looking around.
They'll figure it out. All right, Gantu and Kaylee.
Kaylee will join the huddle, but she'll have her hand with her pan up, kind of looking around, keeping an eye on things.
So the Aztec person, they've got the briefcase packed full of gold. And if we hand the key over to them, they give us the gold. And then they say there's no reason to expend any more assets on us.
Right, but then we get the elf fella that's going to get on us at that point, then.
Yes, and then who knows about this New Dawn people?
Right. Well, I mean, he's kind of
just a politician.
What if their guy becomes president? Gal.
Well, she might. Yeah, that's true. But I would imagine she would have bigger concerns than dealing with us at that point.
So it sounds like New Dawn hired us to steal something from the elves. Mm-hmm. We did. Right. But now the hiccup is that Aztec wants it as well. I got to tell you, I'm scared shitless as Aztec, so I'm more inclined to go
Right.
along with them just to keep them from murdering us painfully and violently.
Just so we're clear, I am offering to cut his throat right away.
Nope, sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I think that would just cause more trouble.
Hey, time out 1 second.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Hey, quick question. Who hired you?
So
You-
I'm sorry, who are you talking to?
Mr. Grace? I'm gonna call him Nick now. We're old friends.
Who hired me? Our organization was
Okay.
contracted to. It was a simple enough arrangement. You were to pick up an artifact in the tier, supposedly sourced and ready for us, and just to deliver it here in Seattle.
And it was just
Nothing
your
special about it.
organization that we were delivering it to, right? You weren't like a middleman for some hire or something.
Well, I'm
or
sure
other?
the request for the artifact came from somewhere in the organization, but as far as I know, it was just an acquisition. I mean, we are interested in magical artifacts. This one came up for
Gotcha.
auction.
Perfect.
We
Thank
paid
you.
for it.
Okay. You paid for it, right? That's interesting. You
Mm.
paid
Yes,
for it on auction
Mr.
before we
Kirby,
even went
Mr.
took it.
Kirby, and he was our contact. Birch Kirby, I believe.
Yeah, the
Mr.
guy
Beaumont,
who's yeah, he's really dead though, so we
Oh.
couldn't get yeah.
Yeah,
see.
he
Not
was
just kinda
mugged, I say as I look at the Aztec guy.
Mr. Beaumont, if these are the associates that were contracted, they seem to be woefully unaware of what the deal was. I don't understand what the problem here is. And he straightens his cuffs. He's looking a little agitated.
The problem is that the deal has been altered significantly by forces outside of your control. And right now, we would love nothing but to honor your deal. But the problem is, if we do that, there's going to be a lot of people trying to kill us tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
Well, he
don't
said.
understand. It was a simple, we purchased an artifact. You were just couriers.
You purchased an artifact that wasn't really purchasable. It actually was on the premises and owned by another group, and it needed to be stolen.
Oh,
Yeah.
my. It's a stolen artifact.
Yeah.
Well, that would
That's right,
explain why
Hobby
the
Lobby.
ledgers were so high for this transaction. It seemed ridiculous for a simple courier. Oh, well, I mean, our organization can't be a part of any cultural theft. I mean, that would be
Right. So yeah, that guy over there at the table, he's the one who represents the organization this was stolen from.
Oh, sir. He goes over, introduces himself. I'm very sorry for this miscommunication. We were under the impression the artifact was simply for sale, and as the tier has closed borders, we had to have a go-between that had correct political papers to. He stops for a minute. Looks to the elf, looks to you. How did you have passports to get into the tier? I assume Mr. Beaumont would have hired someone from the tier to do this.
Yeah, Mr. Beaumont, he done hoodwinked you.
We got something from somebody with a box.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, this is
At a dinner. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't understand, but my organization, we can't be. I'm sorry, we can't be involved with a theft across borders like this. It was a complete misunderstanding, sir. We simply wish to purchase an artifact. Is it possible to purchase? And the guy just shakes his head. It's just like, no. Well then, Mr. Beaumont, our lawyers will be engaged and will be in contact with you.
We should just get the bookworm and the Birdman all into one room and fireball them. Then make off with the money.
Love that idea, but this is the problem when dealing with organizations. You're not dealing with the head of the organization. You're dealing with the representative that they sent to deal with it. So if we fireball them, we've stolen their artifact and killed their representative rather than...
Right. Now, the
I
good
guess
news is it sounds like we've narrowed it from
3 to 2.
to
This
2.
is a good step. Yes, it is.
Okay. So, Mr. Grace, I think well, you can probably leave at this point.
Of
I would
course,
think.
of course. Again, he turns to the elf and says, I'm very sorry on behalf of my organization. It was an incredible disappointment to find out it was a stolen artifact. We meant no harm to your national status." Again, he looked at Mr. Beaumont and looks at you guys and says, "Our lawyers will be in touch for a recompense of the deposit we had paid for your services."
Don't look at us. We got hired to do a job, and we did. You look
Mhm.
at Beaumont. He is the one who fucked you.
Yes, Mr. Beaumont. We will be in
Well,
touch.
exactly, because you certainly wouldn't want to come at us with any sort of legal status, because then we have a significant amount of contacts within the journalism industry that would absolutely love for your organization to have a story about, cultural theft. They certainly, wouldn't want that to come out in any particular way.
Yeah, I want to roll for that. I want
Yeah,
to
sure,
roll for
I'm fine with
that.
that.
Yeah, this sounded a lot like a threat.
I'm just making stuff up. I got fast talk. That's the closest thing I got.
Yeah, I'll take it at fast talk. Let's see. I'm gonna call this a TN5.
Okay. Since this is just conversation, there's like no pool I can pull from, right?
That's not really a social pool. No.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, you said TN5.
Yep, TN5. Okay. Number 6s explode in.
Well, I got 4.
Wow. Okay. He nods and says, "Understood, Mr.
Garfunkel.
Mr. Garfunkel. We certainly wouldn't want any entanglements with the press.
Of course not.
We will take up our grievances with Mr. Beaumont."
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That was a good one.
Okay. As he leaves, though, you notice. Here, let me just roll this real quick. The Aztec guy, just as the guy is leaving, he kind of just very quickly reaches out with, I don't know, it looks like a little wooden, looks like an old style like inkwell pen sort of thing, right? Just reaches out and just quickly stabs him with it, and the guy's like, "Ah!" And it's very quick. He pulls it back into his sleeve, and he holds his leg, looks around, shrugs, and walks off.
I don't like blood magic.
Yeah, he's doomed.
Well,
The Aztec guy just leaves. He's got one hand on the suitcase, kind of turns around, looks at the elf, looks at you guys. Who has the artifact in question? Is it in your possession now?
It is not in our possession now. But I got to tell you right there, I want to give it to both of you. I want to give it to you, Mr. Aztec, a lot more because you scared the shit out of me. But they do have a claim on it. I don't know the right answer here. You two should court us to see which one we want to give it to.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
The elf kind of puts his hands up and looks at his watch and says, "Oh, I don't care about the possession of the artifact. You've got 14 hours to tell me who wanted it, though."
Oh, that guy did. He just walked out.
Yeah,
No, he made it very clear that someone in the organization requested it. He's a clerk.
Okay, well, this makes it a lot easier. I'll pull the key out and just hand it to the Aztec guy.
Yeah, he looks at the key. He looks over at the elf guy, who just shrugs. He's like, "Okay." He takes the key, puts it in his pocket, and just kind of backs up to the door. He leaves the briefcase on the table and just backs his way through the door. You hear the little ring, ding, ding. he just leaves, looking shocked on his face.
I don't know if I just made a mistake.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're particularly good people, but I mean, this guy's kind of an asshole. So, yeah.
Okay. I guess 2 problems down. Now all we got to do is find out who the fuck wanted the key.
Well, we have money now to make that happen, perhaps.
Elf gets up, stubs a cigarette out, walks behind the bar, pours himself a coffee. Just kind of leans over, looking at you guys, sipping his coffee. Amused look on his face.
14 hours. We'll
14
get you the
hours,
name.
gentlemen.
Yes, let's see
Now,
how
here's
much
the
money
thing.
that is.
Here's the thing, buddy. If we see you again in the next 14 hours, if you show your face next to us while we're doing our work and complicating everything that we're supposed to do, I don't know if we're gonna have as cordial of an interaction next time. So get out of our way, let us do our job, and we'll see you in 14 hours.
He takes a
This
sip
could
of
have gone
his,
a hell of a lot smoother if you weren't here, man.
He takes a sip of his coffee, makes a grimacing face, lays it down, and says, "Oh, I'm sorry to cramp your style. I understand that as professionals, you need a little room to breathe to do your specialities. Understood. I'll contact you in 14 hours."
Okay.
Pulls out a cred chip, puts it on the counter, and for the coffee. Walks out the door.
Can't do pockets the crit chip.
I was thinking about it.
Tip stealer.
Hell yeah.
All right. So yeah, the Azteca pressure is off our back, which I really appreciate, but I'm not sure giving them the artifact was the right thing to do.
Probably not. I'm sure that's going to come back to bite someone in the ass.
One of the couple of customers that are still around just walks over to the coffee the elf left and pours it into his own cup. Says, "The service around here is horrible." Goes back.
I know.
Yeah, this is
Exactly.
terrible. Where did they all go?
Right.
Oh, I believe the Birdman left his cheese fries.
And a suitcase.
The suitcase
where
is ours.
briefcase.
You touched the suitcase,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
dead man.
Right.
I'll go grab the suitcase.
Okay.
Well, let's go break into this rising Dunning sun thing.
Yeah. Yep. The illuminance of the new dawn, I think.
Yes, that sounds more correct.
Yeah.
Right,
With this,
you got the
I could
uniforms
probably
for it.
afford a decent cyber deck if we're going to be doing some information delving.
I have this fantastic suitcase full of gold.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
which is a little odd, by the way, because its value is nebulous. It is certainly valuable, but for it to be usable, you've got to convert it into creds. But it is untraceable. He's not wrong in that.
All right. So first things first, let's find a gold for cash place. Second thing second, let's go get Kaylee a cyber deck.
Some guy standing outside a pawn shop waving a sign around.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You wanted to
Cash
spin
for
his
gold.
Kaylee, how much do you need for the cyber deck that you need?
The one I was using was worth 300,000 or so.
Oh, oh, that's expensive.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Well, let's go find us a gold for cash place.
Or if we can find the people who beat us up, I can
Cash.
probably steal my old one back.
Yeah.
All right, we'll end it there with you trying to figure out how you can turn gold into credit. And now having to come up with a plan to find out who in the Illuminates of the New Dawn requested the artifact. Yeah. We'll end it there, guys. Jeff, what do you got going on this week coming?
Holler Savage Worlds tomorrow night, Monday night on twitch.tv/lollygaggers. Tuesday, got a new game. Steven is running that of Scout fame, Haunted West. It's the Weird West kind of cowboy-ish theme game. And then, let's see, Friday, we're back to Mothership, and Saturday, One Ring 2nd Edition.
Nice. Chuck, What are the kobolds up to?
Yeah, Wednesday we're doing our Thunder Rift using the Fantasy Age system. We're getting close to wrapping that up. Friday we should be doing Dungeon Crawl Classics, Dead Sun. Saturday we've got our double header at 1 p.m. over on Grim and Perilous Plays. We'll be doing Fallout 2D20. I'm guessing we're getting close to wrapping that up. We're just about done with the job there. And then Saturday night, we got Goodman Games, but I'll let you talk about that, Bert. That's what we've got for the week.
Awesome. Yeah, since Jake there is part of the kobolds, you got anything you want to throw out, Jake?
Have fun, everyone.
Eat meat. No, so on let's see, Tuesday we are doing our next episode in Dicey Tales, which is it is a pulp RPG that my friend Jeff is going to have a Kickstarter start this month coming. I think it's gonna fire off October 1st. It is the second edition of the game, which can be seen now on Drive-Thru RPG in a little zine format. So this is going to be a full-sized. It's already done. The Kickstarter is basically to get interest up on it and to fund an ongoing resource book for it. But layout's done. We've already ran some print copies through Drive-Thru to make sure they look really nice in both softback and hardcover. So once it goes live, the product is already in our hands. So it should be a nice, fast turnaround for the Kickstarter. That's Tuesday. On Friday, BX Dungeons and Dragons. We're playing in the Mystara universe. Saturday is the official Goodman Games channel where we're doing Weird Frontiers, a horror Western game using the Dungeon Crawl Classics system. So a lot going on this week. Check us out at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. That's our podcast, but all of our social links are there as well. So guys, thank you very much for playing. Say goodbye to everybody. Bye-bye.